So as we were continuing with the concept related to the memory, so in the previous video we have already discussed about MROM as well as PROM. So now in this video we'll be understanding one more memory type, that is erasable programmable read-only memory, which is also represented as EPROM. Okay, gives the flexibility to reprogram the same chip. So whatever the limitations that we have observed with respect to the MROM and PROM, so those limitations are being overcome in this particular memory. So EEPROM stores the bit information by charging the floating gate of the FET. So how the bit information is stored here, or how the bit information is done in this case, or in this cases by charging the gate of an FET. So as I've already told you in the previous videos, that FET is having the three terminals, that is gate, drain, as well as source. So whenever you are charging the floating gate of an FET, so the charging the bit information is stored in the EEPROM. So bit information is stored by using the EEPROM programmer, which applies the high voltage to the floating gate. So EEPROM contains a crystal for easing the stored information. If the window is exposed to the ultraviolet rays for a fixed duration, then the entire memory will be erased. So in case if you want to go for the firmware updation, then you have to erase the whole thing, that whatever that is being stored in the memory. For such purpose, the new technology is what it is giving for you is, you have to expose the platform for the ultraviolet rays. So whenever you are exposing the platform for the ultraviolet rays, then then the whole memory, whatever that is already there with this, which is programmed, will be erased. So even though the EEPROM chip is flexible in terms of reprogrammability, it needs to be taken out of the circuit board and put it in the UV eraser device for 20 to 30 minutes. So this is also, we can tell that this is a time consuming, right? So this comes under the limitation of the EEPROM, right? So what is the limitation of the EEPROM? Of course, the advantage is only working as a disadvantage here. So what is the advantage with respect to EEPROM? Here, the whatever it is already been programmed, that thing can be erased, right? Those were the limitations with respect to MROM and PROM. So here those limitations are being overcome, but that limitation is only working as that advantage is only working as a coming as a limitation here, because in order to erase the whole thing, whatever that is there in the memory, you need to remove that board from the circuit board, and you have to expose it to the UV light for 20 to 30 minutes. So therefore it is very tedious and time consuming process, right? And we'll be discussing about one more type of a memory, that is a double EEPROM. So which is the abbreviation of a double EEPROM is electrically erasable programmable read-only memory. So the information contained in the double EEPROM memory can be altered by using the electrical signals at the register or the byte level. They can be erased and reprogrammed in the circuit. So these chips include a chip erase mode, and in this mode they can be erased in the few milliseconds. So what was the disadvantage with respect to the previous, that is EEPROM? So it was a tedious and time consuming, right? But here the things, whatever that is there in the memory, so the information that is there in the memory can be erased within a few milliseconds. So the limitation was also overcome. Whatever the limitation that we have faced with respect to EEPROM, that limitation is also overcome here. So it provides a greater flexibility for the system design. Why it gives a greater flexibility? You can easily program it, and whenever you do not want, you can erase it and you can reprogram it once again. So the only limitation is their capacity is limited when compared with the standard ROM. So the limitation with respect to this particular memory is what? The capacity is limited. And we'll be discussing about the flash memory as well. So the flash memory is a variation of a double EEPROM technology. It combines the reprogrammability of a double EEPROM and high capacity of standard ROMs. So the flash is the latest ROM technology, most popular ROM technology used in today's embedded designs. Flash memory is organized as a sectors. Okay, so just compare and study so that it will be very easy for you to remember what are all the different types of a memory, and what are all the features, and what are all the limitations, and what are all the advantages. So here the flash memory is organized in the terms of pages or blocks. So the flash memory stores the information in an array of a floating gate MOSFET transistors. So as I have already discussed in the previous type memory, so if you are charging the floating gate of the FET transistors, okay, what is MOSFET? MOSFET is metal oxide semiconductor field effective transistors. So whenever you are charging this floating gates, so the information will be stored in the memory. The erasing of a memory can be done at a sector level or a page level without affecting the other sectors. So as we have discussed, the memory is organized in the terms of sectors. So you can erase a sector wise or you can erase a page wise. So therefore you will not be affecting other sectors. You will be erasing only the things which are not required. Okay, there is no concept of erasing the whole memory. You can erase it a sector wise or page wise. Okay, that is another advantage with respect to the flash memory. So each sector or a page should be erased before reprogramming. So the typical erasable capacity of a flash is 1000 cycles, and the example is W27C5112 from Winbond is an example of a 64 kilobits flash memory, and the IC number is what? W27C5112. And the last type of the memory is a non-volatile memory. So the non-volatile RAM is a random access memory with a battery backup. Okay, so this type of a memory will be having a battery backup. So it contains a static RAM based memory and a minute battery for providing supply to the memory in absence of a external power supply. So whenever there is no power, so whatever the contents that is stored in the memory shouldn't go erased. So therefore you are providing the backup, and that backup is provided by the minute battery. Okay, so the memory and the battery are packed together in a single package. So the memory will be coming along with the battery. So that's why it is called non-volatile. So the lifespan of the NVRAM is expected to be around 10 years. So the example for this is DS1644, and it is from the company called Maximor Dallas. And it is an example of a 32 kilobits. Right. So this is the last type of the memory which comes under the ROM. Fine. We'll be discussing this RAM concept in the next video.